Hi everybody, it's Diane from California Tea and Herbal again, and today we're going to talk about Indian teas and that beautiful bouquet at the first shot there. It reminds me of the Indian saris in the beautiful jewel tones. And then there's India Institute of Technology producing world-class engineers, and then of course there's the teas of India. 16 states in India that grow tea, but the most well-known are the ones that we carry and that we love so much, Assam and Darjeeling. And today I'm going to brew those up for you, and I'm also going to show you a photo. I'm just, I love this photo because it's one I got to take with a gentleman a few years ago at World Tea Expo, and he's kind of one of my heroes of tea, Rajiv Lokan. And Rajiv, I call him the ambassador of tea. That's not an official title, it's what I call him. But Rajiv owns tea estates in India. His sons are also in the tea business. They're just great people. And so I'm excited to show you that. But I also want you to know there are flushes of tea. You should know about that, not just Indian tea. Flushes just mean the season in which the tea is picked. And there's three major ones. There's the first, the second, and the third, or spring, summer, and fall. Just to make this very simple, I don't want tea geeks to go crazy and say, there's the monsoon flush, and there's really, let's just stick with these three major ones. The first one gives the tea, it's in March, late March, sometimes into a little bit into April, possibly depending on the weather, but it's a very delicate taste. And then the second has more of a fruity taste. It's kind of the summery taste, and it's some people say it's a muscatel finish or a grape-like finish. And then the third is the one we love, and that's the autumnal flush. Not a lot of people seem to carry that. We absolutely love it. It's a little bit richer and more complex, and they're all wonderful. So let's brew some up, and then we will see where we go from there. All right, I have put some Darjeeling and some Assam side by side. Now, on first glance, they look alike. They just look like loose leaf black tea. However, they are very different. This is the Assam on the left. And Assam, because it is in a lower-lying region in a very humid, hot area, the taste of it is very different from the one on the right, the Darjeeling, which is grown in a very high altitude, mountainous type environment. And the Assam has a very bold, slightly heavy taste. I tend to run out of words and the proper words some people would use to describe things. I just try to tell it like it is and how they taste to me. The boldness and the kind of the, I almost want to say coarseness of the Assam is just such a great breakfast tea. If you're used to coffee, it makes a really great change. And it's about, tea is about a third to a half the caffeine of coffee. And then it has something called L-theanine in it. Green tea has a lot of L-theanine, but teas are amortized by this L-theanine so that you don't get, with caffeine, it amortizes the effect of that jolt, up and down jolt. So it's really a nice way to go if caffeine is bothering you a lot and you're trying to reduce caffeine. And then the Darjeeling, this autumnal flush, was picked in the autumn, and we absolutely love it because it has almost like a nuttiness to it, just a warmth and a nuttiness and a boldness that the earlier flushes do not have. So now I have brewed some, and we're going to pour them and see how different they look actually when they're poured. All right, we're back, and I brewed both the Assam and the Darjeeling. The Darjeeling is already poured, and I will now pour the Assam. And as you can see, we always use the stainless steel thermos travel tumbler. It keeps the tea just the right temperature while it's brewing. Will you look at that? Now, same country, both black teas, totally different. And you can see what they're going to taste like. That's one thing. It's so hard to fit everything in 5 minutes, but or less. But one thing I want you to learn is by looking at teas, you can almost get a feeling that this one on the left is going to be much stronger, bolder, a little bit, I don't want to use the word coarser, but I will. On the right, this tea is going to be more delicate and light. And so, friends, that is the brewed version of Assam and Darjeeling. Well, in honor of my neighbor Anne, I chose the Darjeeling. So I'm going to sit here and enjoy it as the sun is about to set. And thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this on Indian Teas. Please subscribe, like, and tell your tea-loving or tea-curious friends about our new channel. Thanks so much. Cheers.